video will explain how to download a zip file from Teachers Pay Teachers and then create a digital table of contents for your students using Google Sheets. First step is to download the paid resource from Teachers Pay Teachers. This will most likely end up in your downloads folder unless you have it mapped to a different folder on your hard drive. You are going to find your downloads folder and you are going to click extract all. This will unzip the file. The file is zipped because it is too large to be a folder on Teachers Pay Teachers, so it needs to be zipped. Then you get access to the content in the folder. When you purchase Two Peas in a Dog resources, they come with the PDF, the large PDF, and then the individual PDFs already extracted. So what you're going to do, and this is what I would do, is I would rename this to whatever the resource is. So this is grade 7 geography strand A PDFs. Then you know right away. Now you're going to open up your Google Drive and you are going to drag and drop that folder, or you can just do folder upload. So you're going to go to downloads, you're going to open it up, and then you're going to find that folder, and then you're going to upload it. This will take a few minutes depending on your internet connection. All of the folders, the files in the folders have been uploaded now to Google Drive. Now I'm going to open this folder. The easiest way to organize the folder so that you distinctly have teacher pages and student pages is to open it up and to use this view. So how do you get that view? You have to go over here and you have to click grid view. Now what I can do is I can distinguish between teacher and student pages. There are no student pages in the introduction, so I'm going to click on lesson 1 to demonstrate. Now what I would do is I would create a new folder and I would call it student pages. And then anything that the students are going to need that you might assign in Google Classroom. Can be dragged into the student pages folder. Now what's left is all of the teachers' pages. Now you can create a digital table of contents for your students by opening up Google Sheets, and this is called the table of contents, and you might want to give it whatever. Is it grade 7, grade 8? And then the different tabs are the different subjects that you would be teaching. So I would have a geography tab, I would have an English tab, and then so on and so on, depending on how many subjects you teach. It's not great to have a different document, a different Google sheet, table of contents for every subject when you can just open new tabs. That way your students can find everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to just adjust the width of the columns, and I would call this lesson title, URL or link, and then date. And then you can make that any font you want. I'm boring, I stick to Arial. Make it bold. I like to highlight it. And then, oh, not that whole thing. Reset. And then you're going to drag this down, and that will permanently make that a header. So lesson title, you might want to do L1 for lesson 1, mapping skills, and then it doesn't need to be this big, so you can unbold it. And then now you're going to, in your school Google Drive, you are going to open up, you're going to go to the student pages, and now the mapping skills. So now you can either just link to this whole folder. So you can either just get a link, and you would change this to, I usually change it to anyone with the link for my school district. So we'll just change that, but your school district might have different settings. And then, so that is the entire folder. And then you can just double click that, and then that'll make it. And then you can make that a little smaller if you would like. And then you can make that smaller. And then the date, you can just add in the date. So now students, everything they need for lesson 1 is in this, and they're getting the student pages folder for lesson 1. You can also, if you want, you can individually link to each individual sheet within this folder, but I would not advise that, as that is a lot of links for students. Once you have completed filling out the table of contents, you are going to share, and you can choose whatever sharing setting works for you. I usually choose anyone with the link within my district, but I'm using my personal account, so I don't have that option to share. And then you're going to copy this link, and then when you paste this into your Google Classroom, your students can then access this table of contents and everything in it.